I want you to take a moment and slow down with me, hey? Just sit back, let your shoulders relax, and breathe gently. After we turn 50 or 60, life stops being a race. It becomes a journey filled with memories, challenges, hopes, and quiet moments that only someone who has lived long enough can truly understand. As a brain health doctor here in the United States, I've talked to thousands of patients over the years, and many of them come to me with stories that sound so simple at first. Doctor, I felt dizzy when I stepped out of the shower this morning. Or, I don't know why my heart skipped a beat when the hot water hit my back. These moments seem small, but for older adults, they can turn into something much bigger. I want you to imagine this. You wake up in the morning, walk into your bathroom, and let the warm steam rise around you. It feels comforting, like a gentle start to the day. But inside your body, your heart, your blood vessels, your brain, something very different is happening. The sudden change in temperature forces your system to adjust quickly. Blood pressure rises, then falls. Vessels expand, then tighten again, and all of this happens within seconds, long before you even notice anything is wrong. One of my patients, Michael, 62 years old, told me something I'll never forget. He stepped into a hot shower one morning, half awake, hoping the heat would loosen up his back. But within moments, he felt his vision fade around the edges. His legs weakened, and he had to sit down on the floor before he passed out. He didn't fall. He didn't get hurt. But he looked at me later that week and said, "Doctor, I never thought a simple shower could almost knock me out like that." And that is why we're having this conversation. Not to scare you, not to turn your bathroom into a place of fear, but to help you understand that our bodies change with age, and what once felt harmless in our 20s or 30s may carry risks when we reach our 50s, 60s, or 70s. Maybe you felt it yourself, that little wave of dizziness after stepping out of the shower, that sudden rush of heat to your head, that moment your heart beats too fast or too hard, or the feeling that you need to hold the wall just to steady yourself. If you've experienced any of that, you're not alone. More than half of my patients over 55 admit they've felt these things, but they brush them off as just getting older. The truth is, these tiny episodes are your body's way of saying, "Please be gentle with me." As we age, our blood vessels lose flexibility. Our heart needs more time to adapt. Our brain becomes more sensitive to sudden changes in temperature and circulation. Your morning shower is not dangerous by itself, but the way you shower can either support your health or silently strain it. And look, this isn't about giving up long showers or switching to cold water or making your daily routine complicated. This is about understanding your body better and making small, thoughtful adjustments so you can stay steady, safe, and strong. I want you to think of this video as a conversation between you and me. Two people who have lived long enough to know that health is no longer something we can take for granted. It is our greatest wealth, our independence, our strength. If what I share today can save you from a fall, protect your brain, or simply help you start your day more safely, then that is the reason I do this work. So let's take this journey together. Because this isn't just a video about shower habits. It's about how we care for ourselves, wisely, gently, and with the respect our bodies deserve. I want you to think back to the last time you stepped into the shower. Maybe it was early in the morning when your body hadn't fully woken up yet. Maybe it was after a long, tiring day when all you wanted was a few quiet minutes under warm water. These moments feel ordinary, so ordinary that we rarely consider how hard our heart and brain have to work in those few minutes. One thing most people don't realize is this: our brain and blood vessels do not like sudden changes. They prefer things to be gradual, gentle, predictable. But the way many of us shower, especially as we get older, is the exact opposite. We turn on very hot water. We stand still for a long time under heavy steam. We switch from hot to cold without warning. And all of this happens while our body is trying its very best to maintain balance. Let me tell you about Linda, a 58-year-old patient of mine. She used to take steaming hot showers every morning because, in her words, "It reminds me I'm still young." But for months, she felt lightheaded almost every time she stepped out of the bathroom. She ignored it until the day she nearly fainted. When I examined her, her blood pressure showed strong fluctuations each morning, caused by the extreme temperature she exposed herself to. When I asked, Did you ever think those few seconds of dizziness could one day make you fall? She grew quiet. Then she whispered, I never thought about it that way. This is incredibly common in people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. We think we're still strong, still in control. But the truth is, as we age, our blood vessels stiffen. They don't expand or contract as smoothly as they used to. And every sudden blast of hot or cold water forces the cardiovascular system to react quickly, sometimes too quickly. Your blood vessels are like old garden hoses. When you're young, they're flexible and soft. But as the years pass, they become more rigid. If you turn the faucet on or off too fast, the hose jerks and strains. Your body behaves in the exact same way. When hot water hits your skin, your vessels widen. Blood pressure dips. It might feel relaxing to you, but your brain is scrambling to keep the blood supply stable. Then you step out into cooler air and, just like that, the vessels tighten. A roller coaster effect inside your body, all within a few seconds. Another patient of mine, Raymond, 67, once collapsed in his bathroom. When I asked what happened, he said, I don't remember. I just finished my shower, felt tired, and the next thing I knew, I was on the floor. We later discovered he had a drop in blood pressure caused by standing too long under hot water. Blood pooled in his legs, not enough returned to his brain, and he lost his balance. He was lucky he didn't hit his head. Many others are not as fortunate. I want you to pause and ask yourself, have you ever stepped out of the shower feeling a little dizzy? Have you ever felt your heart racing? Have you ever needed to hold onto the wall just to steady yourself? If you have, that doesn't mean you're weak. It means your body is asking you to be more gentle, more mindful. Another thing people often overlook is the steam. A sealed bathroom with heavy steam actually reduces oxygen levels in the air. You might not notice it, but your body does. Your brain needs oxygen every second. When humidity rises and fresh air drops, your breathing becomes shallow. You feel heavier, more tired, more unsteady. This becomes especially risky if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, or if you're taking heart medication. Even a little extra stress from heat and humidity can overwhelm the system. I always tell my patients, aging doesn't make you fragile. Aging simply requires you to care for yourself with more wisdom. And the beautiful thing is, you don't need to change your entire routine. You don't need to stop enjoying warm showers. You just need to understand what happens inside your body and make small, thoughtful adjustments. Shower when your body is fully awake. Don't shower right after a heavy meal. Move lightly instead of standing still. Crack open the door to let steam out. Tiny changes, but they protect your brain from sudden drops in blood flow that can trigger dizziness. Or worse. I've seen people whose lives changed because of one slip, one fall, one faint spell that happened in the bathroom. And I've seen others regain confidence and energy simply by adjusting the way they shower. That's why I'm sharing this with you today. Not to make you fearful, but to help you see that your everyday habits matter. Your daily routine, especially something as simple as a shower, can either support your health or quietly strain it. And the more we understand, the safer we become. As we move into our 50s, 60s, and 70s, life becomes less about speed and more about understanding. Understanding ourselves, understanding how our bodies have carried us through decades of joy and struggle, and understanding that even the smallest habits can shape the quality of our days. Your bathroom, a place that feels familiar and safe, is not meant to be feared. But it is a place where your body works harder than you realize. And recognizing that truth doesn't make you weak. It makes you wise. Some of my patients tell me they feel old when they need to adjust the way they shower. But I always remind them, making a change doesn't mean you're aging. Making a change means you're choosing to live smarter. Maybe you felt a little dizzy stepping out of the shower. Maybe you felt your knees weaken for a moment. Maybe your heart sped up unexpectedly. These moments aren't random. They are your body's quiet way of saying, please, take care of me gently. And the beauty is, you don't need drastic changes. You don't need complicated routines or expensive equipment. You only need awareness. A few mindful adjustments. A few seconds of preparation before turning on the water. I want you to imagine this. You walk into the bathroom in the morning. The door is slightly open to let the steam escape. The water is warm, not scalding. You breathe slowly as the warmth reaches your shoulders. You shift your weight, move lightly, let your body stay awake and alert. You're not rushing, you're not forcing your system into shock. You're caring for yourself the way someone who loves life would. I once had a patient named Carol who said something that stayed with me. After she made these small changes, she told me, "Doctor, I didn't realize how much better I could feel by simply showering differently. My body feels calmer. I feel safer." You deserve that same sense of safety. You deserve the confidence of knowing your daily habits are protecting you, not working against you. One of the greatest gifts of growing older is the freedom to choose peace, to choose gentleness, to choose what supports your well-being, not what strains it. And yes, sometimes taking care of your health begins with the simplest things, even a shower. So before we end, I want you to ask yourself one honest question. If a small change could help me live longer and healthier, am I willing to make it? I believe you are, and I believe you deserve a body that feels steady, strong, and cared for. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this message resonated with you, I'd love for you to share your age and where you're watching from in the comments. It helps us grow a community of people over fee who are choosing smarter, safer habits every day. Remember, your health is the greatest gift you can give yourself and the people who love you. Take care of your body, treat it with kindness, and it will take care of you in return.